Hi Virgo, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. So as I said at the beginning of May, we were doing each month a standard reading, love reading, and also a general reading. And I said mid-month I would come back with a bonus reading each month. So mid-month, this monthly bonus reading is the life spread, and this is going to be from June 2018 going through to December 2018, the rest of the year. I was going to do this at the beginning of the year, but I did the other readings, How to Live Your Best Life, at the beginning of the year. I just felt like I wanted to do something that gave a bit of encouragement to each of the signs. Now we're going to catch up on what I can see coming in for the rest of the year. Now the life spread, this focuses on 5 areas. It focuses on your home, on your career, on your personal life, on your love life, and the future. So towards the end of the year, what would it be like for you guys? In each area we have a group of 4 cards. So the group of 4 cards, basically, you've got one card at the top. Each card at the top is the key card, and that's the influences that will be coming in. Okay, so those influences coming in are what you'll experience as an energy coming in. Okay, and underneath those, that top card is 3 cards. Okay, and that will focus on, well, what's going on around that energy. The last card is usually the outcome. If I don't feel it's necessarily an outcome, then I'll just sort of amalgamate the whole 3 cards as a combination piece together. We've also got the advice card, and I think that I did Gemini, and I forgot to read the advice card, which has pissed me off greatly because I don't know where my head is sometimes. I seem to be awfully forgetful sometimes. So I think I might have forgotten to do the advice card for Gemini. So any Geminis watching this, I forgot to read your advice card, do apologise. But anyway, you've got an advice card here. And then you've got an anchor, which is made up of, so this is your anchor cards here. They're made up of the major arcanas. And there's 7 anchor cards showing here. And each of these cards, 5 of the cards show the overall outcome for each of these areas. Card 1, which is your foundation. Foundation card shows the experience, what you're experiencing now, but also the overall outcome for your present situation. And then the other 4 cards show the overall outcome for each of the other areas. You've got then card number 6 being the card that represents your hopes for each area of your life in the rest of 2018, and card number 7 will be the overall outcome, where everything is heading. Okay, so that's how this reading works. And also I use this small deck for clarifiers on certain areas if I need more information. And you've got the Handsome Robert deck that we're using for the main life spread. Okay, so what we're going to do, without further ado, we're going to remove some of these cards, some of these decks, boxes, until we need that. Well, we don't need the we've already got the cards for the Golden Universal. We're going to take out the Handsome Roberts deck. Sorry, my Velcro's tabletop gets so much fluff on it, it's unreal. Okay, we're going to use these, and we'll put that to the side. So what we're going to do first, we'll put this to the side here, and we're just going to shuffle on this for Virgo. Universe, Spirit, show me. What is the coming in for Virgo in the next 7 months? So from June 2018 through to December 2018. Show me what's coming up in their home life. Show me their career. Show me their personal life. Show me their love life. What's coming in for the love lives of Virgos, both single and couples. And show me the future towards the end of the year. And also show me the advice card that you have. What's the advice that they need to follow throughout the year? Show me. Alright, so what we're going to do now, Virgo, we're going to split. We have to shuffle and then cut the deck into 3, and then we collect that back up like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to put down first your personal area. So this is the personal, so that's the key card, that's the energy coming in, and this is what's going on around that. Let's just put this here, and then we want to go to here, which is the home, showing here. Let's just pull this apart here. Okay. And then we want to go to let's just pull this up a little bit here. Okay, so we've got space for everything. Okay, and then I'm sorry if it's a little bit misaligned on the older cards. I'll try and get everything so it looks kind of the same. And then we've got your work, your careers. So let's move this here. This is your career area. There. And then we want is the home, the love area here, showing up here what's coming in for you guys in terms of your love life, single or couples. So I usually try and read both of these into these areas, okay? And then what we want to do, oh, that looks so messy. Hang on, let's just try and get that so it's a bit neater. And then what we want to do is look at your future area here. Let's pull this up a little bit here. 3, okay. Okay. Right, so those areas are put down there. And then what we want to do is we want to shuffle on the major areas as well, okay? Sorry, it takes a little bit of time to get this together, you see, because we're doing it all live on screen. So, you know, it does take a little bit of time to get everything together. We want to shuffle on the majors. Universe, Spirit, show me the outcomes for each of these areas. Show me the wishes that Virgo will have for the rest of 2018 for all of these areas. And the overall outcome for all of these areas in 2018 for Virgo in the 7 majors. Show me. So what we're going to do, we're going to, again, we've shuffled, we're going to split, and we're going to bring this back together, like so. And what we're going to do, this is card number 1. So this is the foundation area. This is what you might be experiencing now, but it's also the outcome for the personal area here. Then we have card number 2, which is your love life here. The overall outcome for that. Your working life here, which is the outcome for here. We also have your home life, which is the outcome for here. Let's try and pull this here. We also have here, this is your future, so the overall outcome for the future area, what your hopes and wishes are here, and also the overall outcome here, where everything is heading. Okay, so let's make a start on the reading then. So what are some of you guys experiencing now? Well, the Empress, that's lovely. Some of you guys might be experiencing pregnancy right now. Some of you guys might be pregnant, females. If you're men watching this, your wives might be pregnant, your girlfriends might be pregnant, somebody around you might be pregnant. But really the Empress isn't just about pregnancy, even though it's about, you know, this card that shows, if somebody asks you, am I going to be pregnant, you get an Emperor and an Ace, especially an Ace of Cups or an Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, definitely those 3 cards show pregnancy, or a page showing next door to it. Any page really can show pregnancy. Or a Queen of Pentacles or 9 of Coins sometimes can indicate that within 9 months. This might be something to do with pregnancy, but you know, I don't really, under the generals, read into pregnancy too much, because it's probably a small amount that are who are watching this pregnant, or pregnant people around them. Really, the Empress is a number 3 card, and 3 major, and she rules the number 3s, and 3s are about fruition, they're about cooperation, they're about groups, but they're also about prosperity, and they're about abundance, and they're about growth. So some of you guys, it might be that right now in your lives, and this is a card about contentment and feeling contented and feeling a sense of affluence in one's life. So some of you guys, your focus might be on affluence, and it might be on growth. It might be about tapping into your creative energies, because the Empress represents somebody who's incredibly creative, and what she does is she puts a lot of hard work and a lot of effort and a lot of time and a lot of focus on creative endeavors. Some of you guys, it might be that you're very focused right now in your life on your looks, because the Empress represents beauty. So it might be that you're very focused right now in terms of how you look. It might be that you're focused on your face, your skincare, your body. She's not necessarily the type of woman that keeps herself fit though, because she likes to eat. That's the thing with the Empress. So she likes like really rich foods, that type of thing. Cards that represent fitness are usually 10 of Wands, Chariot, Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. They're all cards that, Queen of Wands, for example, King of Wands. The wand cards especially would indicate fitness, eating well. Pentacles as well. Queen of Pentacles is another one. King of Pentacles is another one. Page of Pentacles. They're all interested in sort of holistic health and eating really well and making sure that you take your vitamins and that type of thing. But with the Empress, she's focused on the, you know, the creature comforts of life. So you might be focused on your home. Some of you guys, home renovations with the Empress at the moment. The whole point of the Empress is about creativity and comfort. Pregnancy. Some of you guys are giving birth to new ideas that you're working on with this Empress energy. Some of you guys are being very focused on your wealth, profitability, prosperity, money, that type of abundance, all of those things that I've just mentioned. So your focus is very much on that. It might be in your foundation area. There's also an Empress around you. This could be a mother figure that's very important to you, or a female figure around you that's very, very important to you. Some of you guys might be very focused on at the moment in your foundation. It's all about caring and nurturing, whether it's a fun idea, a business, your home, yourself. So, you know, taking care of your body sort of thing, you know, making sure that you look nice. Some of you guys might be very focused on the material aspects, like shopping, going to fancy restaurants. And some of you guys, the foundation for you might be on working on and nurturing a new relationship. But this is the card about nurturing and caring and loving for oneself and loving others. It's a really good card. It's certainly one of my most favourite cards within the tarot. Around your personal life, what's going on here, Virgo? Well, around you, Virgo, that's you. The Knight of Pentacles is actually you. So coming in, the energy that you'll find is yourselves. And I think that yourselves with this Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles means taking responsibility. The Knight of Pentacles is one of those cards that can mean several things. It can mean that you've got a long-term goal, but you move steadily towards it. So for some of you guys, the focus around your personal life is all about long-term goals. And it's all about moving steadily, steadfastly, self-assuredly, confidently towards a long-term goal. Some of you guys, it might be that you're very cautious around certain things within your life, because the Knight of Pentacles shows somebody who's got a goal, but they're very cautious with how they move towards it. It's all about crossing the T's, dotting the I's when you get the Knight of Pentacles. So I think, and some of you guys, it might be that there's another earth sign coming in, or there's somebody coming in that's going to be moving very, very slowly, very cautiously. But I feel that the energy around you in your personal life coming in is all about acting responsibly and acting cautiously and being very, very careful as this Knight of Coins. Please bear in mind also the Knight of Coins is a lover of the material. So the focus for some of you guys, it might be on material matters as well with the Knight of Coins. When you've got the Knight of Coins as well, it might be that somebody owes you money or you owe money. So this card can represent, especially if you get it facing off against the world, is about bills that you need to pay to a massive organisation, that type of thing. But I certainly feel for some of you guys in your personal life, the focus or the influence is coming in, especially if you are the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo, because that is your court card. The court card, you've got several majors actually, haven't you, Virgo? You've got the Hermit, can be a Virgo card actually. The Knight of Coins is a Virgo card. I think Magician can sometimes be seen as a Virgo card. So you do have the, you know, majors, and you've got this court card of the Knight of Coins. Knight of Coins I think can be a Virgo as well. It might be Taurus or a Virgo, but you've got this Knight of Coins. So I think that the influences around you are about being very cautious, very careful, and very responsible with the resources that you have with this Knight of Coins energy. Now around that energy, what you're experiencing, well, this is all about a partnership, a commitment, a pledge, an agreement. So there could be something about an agreement here that you guys are dealing with. Now the Two of Cups, to all intents and purposes and contrary to popular belief, it's not always about love, and it's not always about relationship, not unless you get a lot of other cup cards with that, like the Ace of Cups, or perhaps the Page of Cups, or, you know, King of Cups, that type of thing. You know, this doesn't always represent love. What Two of Cups, the general basis for a Two of Cups is all about an agreement or a pledge or a promise, or a communication between two people or a group. So I feel that basically in your present situation, in your personal lives over the next few months, this will be about a pledge or an agreement that you're dealing with. And I think that the energy is all about you guys being very cautious, and it might be around an agreement that you're dealing with the Two of Cups energy. And what's the next card? Now the Three of Wands. Now the Three of Wands, you'll notice is looking into the Two of Cups. So I think that you guys are being very cautious, and this will be a partnership or an agreement that you're manifesting that's coming towards you. Because the Three of Wands, wherever that looks towards a card, this is where its focus is. This is what you're looking to manifest, or this is what's coming in, because the ships are coming in, and this Three of Wands person is looking towards. Now, the Three of Wands is also about expanding your network of people. So it might be that you're very cautious here. And why are you very cautious? What is the cautiousness about? The influence of the cautiousness of the Knight of Coins. And the Knight of Coins, Virgo, is your card. you are the Knight of Coins. So I think the energy is about you guys being very, very cautious, being quite protective of the self as well, because the coins can be used as a defensive mechanism as much as a sword card can. So I think that you guys are being very protective of yourselves as the Knight of Coins energy. And I think that is towards a relationship here of some form. I don't know what type of relationship. I'm not going to call it love, because I don't want to call everything love, but it's about an agreement, or it's about a partnership here. I think that you're very cautious, and I think that this is around a partnership with this Two of Cups energy. And I think that with the Three of Wands, it might be with this Three of Wands what you're looking, because the Three of Wands can be either way you're manifesting, you're bringing something in, or you're saying goodbye. This can also be about launching. So I think because the Three of Wands is looking towards that Two of Cups, this is all about you guys being cautious about launching a partnership here. Okay, with this Three of Wands and the three of Rods and the Two of Cups. So I think I'm seeing you guys being very cautious, possibly with your finances as well. So this could be something to do with a business idea, because the Three of Wands, excuse me, the Three of Wands usually looks to launch new business. This is a business card. It's a creative card. It talks about launching a new business or a new venture with other people, possibly from afar. So I think that you're going to be very cautious, possibly with your finances. You don't want to be reckless. You're going to be very responsible. And this will be about launching a partnership showing up here. And I think that the outcome, well, it's you guys putting something on hold here, the Hanged Man. I think that the outcome for this in your personal life is that you guys are going to be kind of taking a step back from this situation to assess whether this is something that you want to go for. Because I could have read the outcome as being a change in perspective, and it could be. I'm going to get a clarifier on that, because the outcome for the Hanged Man can sometimes be where there's a change of perspective, especially if the overall energy is you guys being cautious about launching a partnership, or launching some form of an agreement, or launching a new relationship. The outcome could be with the Hanged Man, either you stay stagnant, you hold back with the Hanged Man just to gain some greater clarity on the situation, or the Hanged Man could be, well, I've been cautious in launching this, but I think now I'll see this from a different perspective, and I've changed my perspective on it. So it could easily represent that you guys are changing perspective, and this is why when the cards show up as two meanings really in an outcome, it's good to get a clarifier to see, well, what side does it fall on. So we're just going to see in 1 to 2 cards why the Hanged Man. Why is the Hanged Man showing us the outcome card for the personal situation for Virgo? Why is the outcome showing us the Hanged Man? Show me in 1 to 2 cards. Well, this is all about positive new beginnings. The Sun energy. Oh my God, you've got the Empress again. I think you're changing your perspective. I think that you're changing your perspective here. Because, you've got the Sun and the Empress, and that is pregnancy. But I'm looking at the pregnancy in terms of you guys giving new life to something. So number 3 represents something that is in its initial stage of success. It represents a formation when something is coming into fruition. So what we've got here is the Sun and the Empress, and this is something's coming to fruition for you here. So something is starting up with both of these cards. Yes, it does represent pregnancy, but pregnancy we use as a word for many things. You can give birth, you can start to grow an idea, you can start to grow a new venture. That's your baby. You often hear people refer to a new venture or a new business or a new idea as being my baby. I'm working on my baby, because babies are new, they're fresh, they're born, and they're things that we have to nurture. So this is about a new baby, but I don't mean pregnancy. I don't think it's a pregnancy, i.e. Giving birth, even though you've got the Empress here as well. It's amazing. Look at that. You've got the Empress here and you've got the Empress here as the overall outcome. So this is definitely you guys working and nurturing a new idea. Something is coming into formation for you with the Empress. When you get Empresses as outcomes, they also show marriage. So I'm seeing a partnership here, because the Empress in an outcome can also show a marriage as well. So what I feel is that you guys, the energy coming in your personal life is on you guys being quite cautious as a Virgo, very practical, very methodical. It's not that you've said no to a situation, it's just that you're moving very slowly, because you want to cross the T's and you want to dot the I's, and you want to make sure that you've looked into every single nook and cranny of what the detail is. And underneath this is about launching a new partnership for you guys here. But the outcome shows, so you're being very cautious here, but the outcome of this is showing as the Hanged Man, a change of perspective, because I think that you guys see it as a really good idea. I think that you're quite happy also with the sun energy to start to give life, to start to give some form of nurturing and some form of birth to whatever this thing is that you're looking at with the Empress energy showing here in the upright. Yeah, it's really, really good. So even though I see you guys in your personal life being very good, I mean, this could be a new relationship as well for some of you guys. It might be that you're very cautious about launching this new relationship with a person, but there's a change of perspective here, and that change of perspective is all about the Sun and the Empress giving birth to something new, something that could give a great deal of joy, something that's bouncy, something that's interesting, something that's a lot of fun, something that could bring great rewards to you with this Sun and the Empress. Sun and the Empress, remember, is representative of a baby being born. For example, this can also be like a baby boy being born sort of thing. So for you ladies, it might be, you know, there's a man on the horizon or something like that. But I certainly feel that you're giving formation, you're formulating a new project with an individual, whether that be love or otherwise. There's a new relationship, a new partnership in the offing. And I think that you're going to change your mind during the next 7 months on whoever this individual is. And the overall outcome is the Empress. If this is a relationship, then you've probably got a marriage on the card for some of you guys, because Empresses in outcomes can also mean marriage. Or certainly you guys, if it's a relationship, love, you're certainly working on this relationship with this person and it looks very healthy and you're nurturing it, and there's a great deal of love, growth, great sensuality in that relationship. If this is anything other than that, like a business idea, something like that, you're certainly working on nurturing this in a creative way, working on it, toiling for it, and you'll start to see also the results flourishing from that. So this is an excellent start. Let's have a look at what's going on in your home life. Oh, sorry, you can see my rag bag head. Jeez. Okay, 7 of Swords is around the home. 7 of Swords can be a move in terms of home. Okay. I don't know how you'll see my head on that. Sorry, guys. I don't want you to see my rag bag head. Hang on. You're going to have to see it, though. So there. Okay. 7 of Swords. So 7 of Swords can be deception. It can be cunning. I won't lie. It can be the 7 of Swords. This is somebody who wants something for nothing. This is somebody who wants to pull a wool over your eyes. This is somebody who wants to deceive you. So it might be that the energies that you're going to be experiencing around your home life, it could be about a deceptive situation. Somebody who's not being honest with you. Somebody who's trying to pull the wool over your eyes, as it were. But the 7 of Swords can also be about taking calculated risks. It can also be about the need to plan ahead when you get the 7 of Swords, okay? The need to use your smarts and be clever. What's going on around that 7 of Swords? Well, this is all about a change of fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is, but sometimes this can also be about your wealth, because the 7 of Swords is so when you get the Wheel of Fortune, it could be about your fortune. So just be careful for some of you guys, because it might be in your home or in your house where you live. It might be that you hold a lot of money in that house where you've got the Wheel of Fortune energy. It might be that you've got a great deal of money, a great deal of resources tied up in the home that you live in. Maybe, just maybe, you've got somebody trying to come in and take that, because the 7 of Swords is the card, the influence that's coming in, and this could be a deceptive person, and around that deception it's all about a fortune with the Wheel of Fortune energy. If that's not the case, then I think that the situation, the influence is coming in is your need to be smart, because it involves with the Wheel of Fortune possibly some form of financial situation with the Wheel of Fortune. It might involve some massive change that you guys are instigating here. What's coming in around that? Well, the 4 of Cups shows up here. I think that there are changes, because whenever you get a Wheel of Fortune, then you get a card after that. It shows what things are turning to. So the card in front of after the Wheel of Fortune should usually show how things are turning, okay? So I think that there is a turn. I'm not saying it's for the worse, but you do have a kind of negative card in a way, because the 4 of Cups represents boredom, or it represents disinterest. So I think that you've got a Wheel of Fortune here. I think that the energy around your home life is all about being cautious. It's about being careful. It's about being calculating. That's the influence is coming in with the 7 of Swords. For some of you guys, it might be that a change here is not wanted, because the 4 of Cups is where you don't want something. Something's being offered to you, and it might be that a change is offered to you. So a change for the better, or it could be a move is being offered to you, especially if some of you guys live in rented accommodation, or you live in perhaps you live in a place that's not your own, for example. It might be that some of you guys are looking to sell your home as well. You do have that Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune represents, to all intents and purposes, luck. So it might be that you have luck on your side with the Wheel of Fortune, but really you can't see it with that Four of Cups, or really something good, positive that comes in is something that you don't want. This change that's being offered to you with the Wheel of Fortune possibly isn't wanted with the Four of Cups. And what's the outcome for this area? There's a King of Wands here showing up, Virgo. So there's a person in your outcome. I think that this person is, the way that he looks to me, because there's something here that's being offered that you don't want. See, this fortune, it's like fortune being offered to you on a plate. Somebody's offering you an opportunity with the Wheel of Fortune, but you won't take it with that Four of Cups. And it looks like there's a person around you in the outcome. So just be aware. And I think this King of Wands is the Seven of Swords person showing here. I think that there's a person around you who's trying to take something. I think that you've got to be careful in your home life as somebody who's being deceptive around you. This person wants to take stuff from you, okay? Because the Seven of Swords represents also loss, and it represents theft. So it represents when somebody's trying to be smart, somebody's a little bit smug, somebody's being calculating. And I would probably, just by the way that King of Wands, look how he puts his hand. Can you see how you've got his hand on the staff and he's thinking, he's thinking, shit, what else do I need to do? You know, I've offered Virgo this, they don't want it, so what else do I need to do? And I think around you, you do have somebody who's quite calculating around your home life, because you've been offered a change here, possibly an exchange maybe on a home, or you've been offered something in terms of your home with the Wheel of Fortune, and it looks like something, it looks like a big amount of money for some of you guys, because the Wheel of Fortune is being offered to you, but you don't want it. So it's almost like this person here is offering you everything. And they're saying, for example, it might be that you have a house. So this is just an example of what I'm talking about. So you might have a house that sits on a particular plot of land. And that plot of land might have oil on it, for example. It's just an example. It's not to say that this is the case, but I'm just trying to show you what I'm talking about. So you might live in a house and it sits on, you might have bought a house, it sits on a particular plot of land. That land has oil on it, or it's got something really, really expensive in it. And what's happening is you've got this King of Rods guy who's saying, look, but they're being devious, because the Seven of Swords represents deviousness. So this person's probably not telling you what's on that land with the Seven of Swords, because they're being very calculating, they're being very underhanded. And I think you do have an underhanded personal energy around you in your home life. And I think that this person's offering you a great deal of money. A great deal of money. But you don't want this, probably because you're happy where you are. You're like, no thanks with the cup. You're being offered the Wheel of Fortune, big money, or a big trade-off with this Wheel of Fortune. You're being given some luck here, but you're saying, I don't want it with the Ace of Cups. You can see that you're saying no to what's being offered in that Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is offering you the cup. And they're saying, look, I'll give you this for your property, or for your house, or whatever it is. And you're saying, no thanks, because with the Three Cups, I'm happy where I am. I'm feeling happy where I am. My cup is filled where I am. I've got enough, thank you. And this King of Rods is saying, shit, what else do I need to do? I think this King of Rods is this Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords guy, King of Rods, I think it's the same person. So in your home life, I think you guys in the next 7 months are going to be offered something in terms of your home life, whether it's around your home or anything. Maybe it could be a car, it could be anything. But in your home life, you're going to be offered something. And so for some of you guys, you're going to reject it, because the Four of Cups is one of those cards that speaks about rejection. You're going to reject this lucky offer that comes to you. And you've got somebody around you who's going to be thinking to themselves, shit, what else do I need to do? So you might have an individual who won't let up on a situation. This person, I think in your home life, you've got somebody who's very keen to get something from you. Hence the Seven of Swords, deviousness, because they want to take something from you. But you won't give up. You won't say, you'll say no to it. I'm seeing you guys rejecting something in your home life here, and this King of Rods trying to think of another tactic. So not only do you have ruthlessness around you, perhaps a devious person around you, but somebody who wants to take something from you. And the way that this King of Rods, and remember this person, the King of Rods, he never gives up. So around you, the outcome is showing somebody who won't give up on trying to get you to do something. Okay, so just, I think for some of you guys, be aware of that in that area. What is the outcome for this home situation going to be, the overall outcome? Yeah, well, death. I think that this will come to an end, okay? I don't see you, I think the overall outcome is showing as death. if it'd be in reverse, it might be that it's something that's going to be ongoing, but I think that it will come to a natural climax, a natural end. I don't see you guys leaving your home, and I don't see you guys backing down on a situation. I just see the situation coming into an end, because we've got the death card showing here. What's going on around your career, Virgo? Well, you've got the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords can mean a delay in communication. It can also mean bad news. Okay, so this can also mean arguments and also gossip when it comes to working matters. So the Page of Swords, and this can also be a card that says, well, we're initiating new ideas. It can also be where there's education involved. So the influence is coming in. It'll either be maybe some gossip in terms of work. Maybe there's some bad news concerning your work coming in with this Page of Swords energy showing here. It could be where you guys are looking to initiate something new, but it could also be some of you guys looking maybe to focus on education, studying, learning something new. Now, around that Page of Swords, what's this about? Well, the Eight of Wands, this could be travel. I'm seeing news, travel, rapid changes with the Eight of Wands coming in. There's lots of talk about a situation here. So I think with the Page of Swords, I'm not sure whether this is gossip. It could be many things, because the Eight of Wands can be rapid change. It can be communication. It can be lots of communication, for example, happening here. Let's have a look at the next card showing up here. I'm seeing a move, because the Four of Wands and the Eight of Wands can be moving cards. So I'm seeing maybe talk, lots of communication about a move in location. I'm seeing a change of location. Remember, the Eight of Wands is all about change, and the Four of Wands can be in your premises as well. So I'm seeing probably lots of communication about a change of location or premises in terms of your work, or lots of communication. It might be there's lots of travel coming up, a change of location showing up here. Might be that the energies are that this is bad news, or there's some gossip around this coming up in the next 7 months. What's the outcome? Temperance. So I think that with the Temperance card, this is something, and the Temperance isn't necessarily a movement card, but the Temperance, as the outcome, it shows that something is being worked out. So there are opposing forces at work here, but something is being worked out. It's about trying to find that balance. This isn't you trying to work something. It could be you trying to work something out in the outcome with the Temperance. It might be that you have to just go with the flow as well with the Temperance energy, or it could be maybe somebody around your working environment that's trying to work something out on your behalf. I think that this is probably some gossip or some bad news perhaps coming in for some of you guys, because I think that there are changes afoot here, change of location, lots of communication about maybe a change of location with the Four of Wands energy, and the need to be, you know, the need to just take everything in your stride with this Temperance energy showing up here, because the Temperance energy, but also this card says that things can be balanced out. So the overall outcome might be that things balance themselves out. I'll just see what Temperance is about. What's Temperance about in 1 to 2 cards? What's Temperance about in the overall outcome in 1 to 2 cards? Show me. Right, so something's not getting started here. So when you get the Ace of Wands in the reverse, this is about an unsuccessful start or an unsuccessful venture, or something that's not getting started. The Ace of Wands reversed brings victory. So yeah, I think that there is going to be the overcoming of a problem here, because I think that what you've got coming up in work is some gossip. I would probably call it with the Page of Swords energy. I think you've got gossip coming in. The overall energy you're going to experience is a lot of gossip happening in the workplace, and underneath this gossip, it's all about changes, because you've got the Eight of Wands, rapid changes, probably in location or premises. Maybe the company's moving or something like that. But I think that the energy will be balanced out, because this Temperance is actually about this thing doesn't go ahead. The Ace of Wands in the reverse is where something, a new venture, doesn't go ahead, or something stops before it can even start. And I think that this will bring victory with the Six of Wands. So victory will prevail. I'm seeing that maybe there might be some fear that the companies that some of you guys work for, that they're going to move. They might be moving overseas. They might be transferring their operations abroad, that type of thing. It might be that the company's moving to another location that you can't get to, and there'll be some worry that you're going to have to find another job, that type of thing. But I think by the end of the 7 months, things will be worked out with the Temperance energy. An agreement will be made with the Temperance energy, because the situation is that this will not go ahead, bringing a sense of revolution and a sense of success and a sense of confidence, restoring your confidence in the situation here with the Six of Wands energy. So even though I'm seeing some gossip here, I feel that over a move or a change in terms of your working practices, I think that there's going to be finally a working out of the issue with the Temperance as the overall outcome, because this thing will not go ahead, bringing a sense of confidence back to you and success and pride and achievement with the Six of Wands energy. Let's have a look at what the overall outcome is for your work. Well, it's the Emperor. So the Emperor shows stability and security. So I feel that you guys are finally feeling in a more controlled state, but also with the Emperor, it's saying that security and stability will prevail. I feel this is also a blockage card, so I don't see any movement here or any change for some of you guys in terms of work. And this is only for you guys who are worried about the company shutting down or moving premises or maybe moving abroad. Sorry guys, I got a bit of a sore throat, so I had to get some water. Yeah, I think with the Emperor being the overall outcome, it's saying that you're going to be quite stable. And also order being restored, because the Emperors are all about retaking control and gaining order in a situation. So I feel that the overall outcome being the Emperor is order being restored in this situation. Let's have a look at what's coming in for love for Virgo. Oh wow, the Tower. Okay, so sometimes the Tower can represent a breaking up of a relationship, which is what the Tower can represent. But sometimes the Tower can represent something happening when you least expect it. Okay, so sometimes if you've got an ideology that you're never going to find love, then all of a sudden with the Tower, wow, something unexpected happens. Let's have a look at what's going on with the Tower. Okay, yes, we do have the Lovers. So this is about a very strong partnership with the Lovers energy. Lovers I see as being the twin flame card, okay, because it's the zodiac sign of Gemini, the twins. Two people whose souls are in tandem with one another, and yet they are quite apart and quite different. This is where it differs from the Two of Cups, because it's recognising one's differences at the same time. So this is all about a partnership, a union with the Lovers energy in 2018. What's the next card? So I feel that, and you've got the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands can be somebody who's leaving though. See, well, how I do tarot, I look at the interaction, and I'm looking at somebody who's looking outwards off this. What are they looking towards? The Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords, I mean, you know, I could have read it a few ways, and I guess that, you know, it depends on how you read tarot, because I want to see what the Tower is about, because the Tower can be about something unexpected that comes to you. So if this is you guys being single, the Tower could say, wow, out of the blue, you have something coming in. So if you're single, I think that you've got unexpected love coming in, because you've got the Tower out of the blue. With the Tower, something comes in. And around that, you've got a relationship. If something, a relationship with the Lover's card, you find your soulmate, your twin flame here. I don't want to say the word twin. If you find your twin flame in life, Virgo, you're set. And if you stay with the twin flame, you'll never go anywhere else. Because that's how a twin flame works. That's why so many twin flame relationships are difficult to go ahead. Because there's always the runner-chaser thing. There's always whereby one person wants one thing, one person wants another. Very difficult, but the twin flame is coming to your life probably to teach you some form of a lesson. Or probably with the twin flame energy, it's all about learning things from each other, for example, with the twin flame. But if you come into this life and you meet your twin flame, you have your issues, but you come together, you're set for life, you'll never leave each other. That's it. That's it for life. You've got your twin there, that's it. So, you know, out of the blue, the energy with the Tower energy might be that if you've been single for a long time, that is about to change. That will change, and it's going to be a major change, something that's going to rock your world, because Towers represent situations that rock your world to your very foundation. And around that, it might be about a love relationship that is victorious. It brings in a great deal of achievement with that Six of Rods energy. A love relationship also in which you are recognised, you're riding high, you're feeling a sense of achievement and a sense of confidence in this. And the outcome shows you with the Knight of Swords pursuing, because the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands can both show people who are pursuing a goal in terms of love, so pursuing a relationship, Knight of Swords. This can also be a Gemini. However, if you are in a relationship with someone, it might be the energies are about a breakup for some of you guys, and the situation is about the Lovers, a union, but somebody leaves this union. So the Six of Rods rushing out of the Lovers energy you could look at this and say, well, somebody's leaving this relationship, and what they're pursuing here is the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords, we also know, can be somebody who's playing the field. So for some of you guys, it might be that somebody, especially if you've been in a relationship where there's been ups and downs, it might be that there is somebody around you. It could be, and it's funny how you've got 2 Gemini cards here as well, so it might be a Gemini person that you're dealing with. Okay, it might be that there's a partnership, somebody's leaving that because they've got their back turned to the Lovers and they're looking straight towards the Knight of Swords. So they're looking to pursue. And, you know, when you get the 6 of Rods as well as a love card, this can be somebody who's a bit of an attention whore as well. This person likes getting loads of attention, and this person would usually show as a player as well. There's certain cards that show as players in love readings. Chariot's one, 6 of Rods is another. Devil can be a card like that. Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. Can be cards like that. Knight of Cups to a certain extent can sometimes show that energy. But it might be somebody's leaving this relationship in order to pursue, play the field with the Knight of Swords energy. I'm going to see what the outcome is actually for this. Well, the outcome is about fresh starts, the Magician, and this is quite a neutral card. So for some of you guys, if you're single, I certainly feel that you've got a relationship coming in, and it's going to be very fiery, it's going to be very fun, and it's going to, you're going to enjoy the ride within this relationship, because the Knight of Swords shows the need to pursue a goal. So somebody who's very interested in pursuing. So the outcome could be that this person, especially if it's, a Gemini or something like that, or somebody who's very motivated. This person might be very motivated to pursue you. And I feel that the overall outcome being the Magician, could be the start of something fresh, something amazing, because the Magician represents having an intention to create something new. So I feel that if you're single, this could be potentially the need or the desire to create something new in terms of this relationship. It doesn't assure you that it's going to end up like marriage, but it does say that you're on to a good start with the Magician. Also, the overall outcome can show complete and utter magic and magnetism, because the Magician can be a soulmate stroke twin flame card as well. If you're in a relationship and you've had ups and downs, because the energy is all over the Tower, breakup and unstable foundation in a relationship, this is to do with a partnership in which somebody wants to look outside of the partnership, probably either looking towards another person, a Knight of Swords, somebody else coming in, which is the Knight of Swords, because Knights of Swords show situations or people coming in. This can show the arrival of a lover. So somebody might be looking for another lover, for example. So it might be if you're in a relationship and you're having issues, this is about your relationship here, but one of you wants to look outside of the relationship, either towards another person, or you're looking for another lover to come in, or it might be that you're looking towards, one of you is looking towards playing the field with that Knight of Swords. And overall outcome is starting, the intention is to start something now. I'm just going to get a clarifier on that Magician. What is the intention with this Magician in 1 to 2 cards? Show me as the overall outcome. Well, Judgment, there you go. So Judgment, it can be reconnection. Judgment with the Queen of Wands. So we know, Virgo, that's not you. It might be that if you're in a relationship, somebody has an intention here, and the intention might be to reconnect with a Queen of Wands. It might be to reconnect with somebody from the past. All right, so it might be that for some of you guys, if you are in a relationship, it could be that this person that you're with, I'm not saying if your relationship is good, don't blow a casket, you're fine, okay? I'm just saying that if you experience, if it's general, all right, so please, 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 for fuck's sake, don't blow a casket. I've had enough of people blowing caskets on general readings. It's general, so stop it. It's just silly, okay? It's a general reading. If your relationship is not great, or you're going through any tumultuous energy, I think the Tower as the overall energy will really highlight that instability in the relationship, possibly breakup, and you know that you'll be feeling that waywardness in the relationship, and it will be about your relationship, somebody looking to move outside of this relationship, because the 6 of Wands has got its back onto that Lovers and looking to pursue, possibly with the Knight of Swords, either looking for something new, or maybe they're pursuing somebody else. And we said we wanted to look at why the overall outcome was the Magician, and it's because there's a judgment being made, and I think the judgment is to reconnect. It's about, because judgment is about renewing, renewal of a person here, this Queen of Wands energy showing here. Okay, so it might be this person here as somebody else, they're looking to renew a relationship. Whenever you get Judgment, 10 of Cups, Judgment and a person, so it's often somebody's looking to renew something with a person, or with a family, 10 of Cups, or with a relationship, 2 of Cups. Okay, or with an Ace of Cups, renew something with an old relationship, a new relationship, whatever it is. But I think that the overall outcome is, especially if somebody's looking to leave you or you're looking to leave them, Virgo, then the outcome shows the Magician. There was always an intention here. The overall outcome, somebody had an intention. And this could be cheating as well, to reconnect, renew vows with the Queen of Wands. And I think this is somebody else here, okay? I think if you're single, then this is about pursuing a relationship. And I would read this probably not with these two cards here, because I asked really specifically what this meant on the second theory. Let's have a look finally at the future card. So you've got a King of Pentacles around you. Now this could be you as the King of Pentacles, okay? So King of Pentacles is all about trying to find financial stability in your life. So it's about working hard for the things that you want. It's a traditional card, so it talks about doing things in a traditional way. But remember, the King of Pentacles is also very much driven by his desires, especially earthly matters here. Alternatively, it could be another earth sign around you, or somebody who's looking for stability in their life, a King of Pentacles energy here. Now around that, okay, so you've got Three of Swords showing up around that. So there's some difficulty coming in around a King of Pentacles, because the Three of Swords is all about difficult energy. All right, this could be an argument. This could be a separation for some of you guys with the Three of Swords. Three of Swords isn't always separation. Sometimes it's that you're missing someone or you're away from them. What's the other card with that? Okay, so I think that you've got some problems in work because you've got the Eight of Coins. So I think it's about work. I think that there could be leaving a job, for example. And I think it would, it might correlate somewhere here. Because the Eight of Coins is all about work or a project. But it's the Three of Swords. It might be that you've got difficulty in terms of a project here. Might be with the King of Pentacles energy. Alright, so the energy with the King of Pentacles. But if this is you, then this is finding ways around this to stabilise the situation with the King of Pentacles energy showing here. Also, it might be that the energies are the need to hold on to your resources and be very careful and be very practical, because that's what Pentacle people do. So the King of Pentacles would be very responsible with his money. He'd know how to save his money and how to be very clever and intelligent with the resources. If this is you, this is about your intelligence and knowing how to manage what you've got as the King of Pentacles energy. So that energy you'll experience in the future, because around that energy it's all about possibly some of you guys losing a job, or you know, worrying about your job, or having conflict within a job here, and the outcome shows, but everything is resolved. You've got the Sun energy. The overall outcome is showing there's a resolution here. So even though I'm seeing problems within perhaps a working situation with the Eight of Cups, I think that things are resolved with the Sun energy here, and the overall, you know, energy that you'll experience is the King of Pentacles. So I think that this is you. I think if this is you, Virgo, then it's saying that overall energy for the future is financial stability with the King of Pentacles energy here, because underneath this you are experiencing problems, possibly with co-workers with the Three of Swords, or worries about work or separation, or it might be that there's a cut in your hours in terms of your work here. But I think that things will be resolved with the Sun energy, and I would probably allude this to your career area here, Virgo, okay, because you do have bad news. Lots of communication about move of premises. Four of Wands is a move of premises when it comes to a working situation. Lots of, you know, changes, swift changes in terms of the Four of Wands, in terms of your premises, your working life, where you work. But this should be resolved with the Temperance energy, because this is not going to get started, and because this project or this new venture isn't getting started, you've got the Victory card of the Six of Wands here. What's your overall energy in terms of the future card showing here? Well, that's weird. We've got a moon. There's still some uncertainty overall. So it might be that you get kind of a little bit of a reprieve at the last hour. But I feel that it might be the overall thing going into 2019 with the moon card. There are still things that are hidden, and there are still things that are not being resolved here, or still things that you probably don't know about. So it might be that it's an ongoing thing that you don't really know about. You don't really know what the proper outcome is. It might be not until 2019 that you're going to know really what the real, because I do feel that some of you guys are working within an area where there has been problems, because it's showing in your career area here and also your future area here. And I think this is to do with your work, and this is obviously your career area, and you do, something's not getting started here. So you've got the Victory card. This is bringing victory and self-assuredness with the Six of Wands showing there, okay? And you've got the energy around you being a King of Pentacles. So this might be a person as well, a very important boss or a manager, and underneath that this might have been talk. Three of Swords. Swords is about communication, so it might have been difficult communication concerning your work, but it's been, the overall outcome is the Sun is that it's overcome, it's resolved. Wherever the Sun is, it will tell you that it's being healed and it's being overcome, okay? And the overall outcome for this is that there is still, though, some form of, it might be your own distrust in this, maybe you're fearing something still here, but I feel more in the main, the overall outcome is that there are still issues within this situation in terms of some of your careers that's not being resolved with that moon energy showing there. What are your wishes going forward? The Wheel of Fortune. So you guys, your wish is to have fortune in all areas of your life, okay? To have changes for the better with the Wheel of Fortune in your working life, evidently, in your personal life, evidently. Maybe in your personal life with the Wheel of Fortune that you've found the person that you're destined to be with. You found your soulmate with that Wheel of Fortune energy. Fate and destiny has played a hand in you being with this person here. I feel that, and I don't know whether this is love, because in your love area, for some of you, I think that if you're single, this is definitely connecting with love. I think that if you're single, because I can see you're cautious about kind of connecting with this person, possibly even from afar as well, because it might be that this is a long distance relationship. So it might be that you're very cautious, because the Three of Wands can be long distance as well. You can see it looking from afar at a relationship. So it might be that, you know, you're very cautious in the personal area because this is a long distance relationship. But the outcome shows the Hanged Man looking at things from a different perspective, because it might be that you feel that you can, this is something that you can over a period of time nurture with and grow within with this situation with the Sun and the Empress. It has real potential. So I see that you want to be manifesting that, and I think that if it relates to the love area, you know, there's going to be things that go beyond your control and beyond your expectations, with the Tower energy showing as an influence around you guys, Virgo, the Tower energy, and it's about a relationship in which you have great success, and the outcome shows you guys pursuing a goal for this relationship with the Knight of Swords energy showing here, and the outcome was the Magician here. Showing up. We don't read these two cards because this was for the second scenario. So the outcome is the Magician. The potential, the overall outcome was there was great potential to create something really worthy and of value, and great magnetism between you. So I certainly feel if you're single, this area here relates to this area here. I think that if you are, coupled up, this is something different. To be perfect, I mean, it could be the same. You're cautious about this person, and it ends in this. But it might be that if you're, but no, I think this is different. I think if you're in a couple, this is possibly an unshaky, unstable foundation. You and another person here, in which somebody wants to pursue something else or somebody else. Okay, and it's all because the overall outcome is that they had an intention. So there might have been some cheating going on for some of you guys here, especially if it's you're in a relationship, because this person had an intention with the Magician all along to reconnect, probably with a past love, this Queen of Wands energy. So if you're in a relationship, I think you need to be wary, especially if you've got your kind of, you're thinking, not sure about this person I'm with. I think it's because you know that this person's probably talking to somebody else potentially. Excuse me. Oh dear. Oh, let me just get a drink. And it could still, I guess, if you're in a relationship with someone, be you being cautious here. Possibly because you've got a long distance relationship, and the outcome shows the Hangman can still be a child being born, because it's coming down the birth canal, and you do have the Empress and the Sun, a mother and a baby here. So it could be still the same thing. It might be that everything is again reverting to a mother here, and it might be that your partner has somebody else, like reconnecting with this Queen of Wands. Could be this Empress person, could be the Sun and the Empress, a mother and a child here. So there might be something to do with pregnancy as well. If you're with somebody, and it might be that they're with somebody else, or they're seeing somebody else who's pregnant for them potentially. Let's have a look at what the overall outcome is in all areas showing here. Oh my God, you've got the Hanged Man again. Where everything is heading is to the Hanged Man. I think that things will be very slow to move. For some of you guys, I think it's going to take time for you to see the real evolvement of certain areas here, okay? Because that's what the Hanged Man is. When you get a Hanged Man in an outcome, it's often saying, well, things are in the process of changing, but what it is that you've just got to take your time and be patient and bear with it, because your hands are tied. There's not a lot you can do about it. So the Hanged Man also means, because this is a card that represents birth. The Hanged Man is number 12. If you put the numerology in the tarot 1 and 2 together, that makes number 3, and 3 tells you that things are moving. There's a slow process happening and things are finally coming to fruition. So you've got a number 3 at the base here and a number 3 at the top here as well. And we know that this is about birth here, but we say that the overall outcome of these, so the basis and foundation for you guys right now is about giving birth to something new. But the overall outcome of this will be a very slow movement forward on these areas. Okay, so, you know, overall, I think in this reading now, the one thing we didn't get was the advice card. Where is my head? We're going to shuffle on that advice and what advice the universe has for you. It's lucky I just thought about that. Sometimes I forget about this advice card. I think that in your personal life, very cautious. Some of you guys, it's a long distance relationship here. The outcome shows you guys possibly deciding to give it a go with that Hangman, because it can represent a change of perspective. And it might be that, you know, you want to give birth to this, you want to nurture it, you want to try and tender it, nurture it, watch it grow and just see how things evolve. And that's why the overall outcome is the Hanged Man here in terms of your personal life, especially if you're single, because things take time, just a long process to change and to grow and to evolve. So it might be that you're just looking at a long process here for some of you guys, and this could also be if it's a business transaction. I think if you're in a relationship here and this correlates here, Virgo, then what we're probably looking at is some of you guys, it might be that somebody's pregnant. It might be a third party situation, especially as this area here around the love area. If you're in a couple, it might be this person's intention all along was to reconnect with another person. That's why they want to leave the relationship with you and pursue somebody else, because their intention was to reconnect with the Queen of Wands here. Okay, and it might be that if this correlates to you guys, you couples, some of you, I'm not saying all, just some, it might be that you're very cautious because this long distance relationship and the outcome is, you know, you sit on the fence because it might be that there's a person who's pregnant for this third party person potentially. But if you're single, I think that you're pursuing a new relationship here. It looks very good if you're single. I think at first in your personal life you might have found it difficult to give it a chance, but then you decide to pursue it. And without these cards here, the potential is limitless with the Magician energy showing there. I think if, you know, this isn't anything to do with a relationship, you might be cautious about the money, about investing in an area if you like. Might be that this is a long distance agreement, for example. It might be that it's very difficult to get hold of the people that you have a contract with, for example, and you'd rather put things on hold, for example, with the Hanged Man energy. Possibly because you've already got other stuff in the pipeline with the Sun and that Empress energy showing there. I think around your work area, you've got the, and this is why things are taking a long time to come to fruition, Hanged Man. Things seem to be held a little bit in limbo as the overall outcome. I think if you are in your work area, it might be that you've got some disturbing news or some gossip going around the workplace. Might be that there are changes, rapid changes happening in the workplace, rapid changes happening in terms of maybe a movement of premises. But I think that this will be balanced out and will be resolved with the Temperance energy, because I think this won't go ahead, leading to a feeling of you guys feeling self-assured again and confident. I also feel in the future, and we had the overall outcome being stability being restored with the Emperor energy. We also had in your future situation the King of Pentacles. Could be a person of importance around you or yourselves, but I think that underneath this energy you've got some problems in the workplace potentially, but I see them being resolved here. Maybe you've got problems with this person, or there's a need for you to hold on to your finances and be responsible, or this is saying the overall energy is about, you know, maintaining your standard of living because you've got problems within your work, but I see them as being overcome. However, the overall outcome from that was the Moon. Things could fluctuate, things are still not what they seem, okay, and it might be the overall outcome for that area with the Hanged Man. You're just going to have to be patient and wait and see again. So there's an energy running through the reading, I think, Virgo, of just having patience in the next 7 months while things evolve. You've also got this Seven of Swords energy here. I do feel that this is the same guy, King of Wands. I think that you've got somebody who's sniffing around you, your property, maybe your resources here. They seem to be offering you a great deal of fortune, but you won't take it. And this person's thinking to themselves in the outcome, how the fuck can I get Virgo to take this thing up? There's somebody who wants something from you, but because you keep rejecting it, it makes them even more determined with the King of Wands in the outcome. Okay, whether this is to pay for, you know, give you a whole heap of cash for your home that's sitting on a, you know, on an oil field or whatever it is, somebody is determined to get something from you around your home life. However, the overall outcome is death. They don't get fuck all. You tell them to fuck off, it's gone, it's done. I see an ending to this situation. Okay, here, I think the overall outcome around that area with the Hangman is you guys feeling at peace and feeling at rest with the situation. Let's get your advice cards. Universe Spirit, what is the advice you have for Virgo for the month, for the next 7 months, June 2018 to December 2018 in this live spread reading? Show me. The World. Okay, so, sorry, what am I doing? Showing it here. So the advice is to do the World. And I think with the World card is to, I think number one for advice with the World energy is to, how can I give you advice on the World? I think with the World card, because this card represents to have great knowledge and to look at everything from a mature perspective, but also to learn a lesson. So I think that the card is really telling you not to carry on repeating lessons, repeating the same old shit that you probably repeated in the past, Virgo, because the World card is the last card in the major arcana, and it represents when you've learned all the major lessons that you can learn, okay, so that you can move forward. So I think the advice is to learn from the past, learn from mistakes that you've made, especially if you're needing to be resourceful and hold on to your resources here because you've got problems in the workplace. They will be overcome, but it's saying, you know, perhaps don't spend too much money. Be careful with your resources because it might be that there's a little bit of a shaky time in terms of career. Might be in your love area. You need to learn a few lessons here, especially if somebody's not dedicated to the relationship that you're in, for example, and wants to pursue other people, for example, with the World energy here. I think the advice with the World card is really saying to take all of the things in the next 7 months, to digest them, to learn from them, and that's the way that you're going to be able to move forward in the next few months with the World energy showing here. Also, the advice is that the world is your oyster, so things are limitless in your life, not to put blockages on yourself, but just to be open to changes and to the natural evolution, I feel, that the universe is actually bringing into you, okay? All right, that's your reading, my darlings. Thanks for your time. Take care.